Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Elias and welcome back to Stoneblock. In the last episode, we made an amazing world, which is right here, a dimension of nothing but spheres of silky blocks of jewel, and we've got a bunch of them, and what we're using those for is, well, EMC. A stack of these blocks of jewels has 14 million EMC, which is amazing. Now, we did discover a little bit of a problem. Power doesn't keep up. So, I've spent some time between episodes doing a couple of things. First of all, I have a bunch of things in my inventory, and we're going to talk about those in a moment. I think I have a solution without me having to make the Draconic sphere of power, or whatever it's called. The energy storage from Draconic Evolution. I don't really want to make that. It's a pain to do, and I'm just not going to do it. But what we can do is kind of take advantage of the energy cells, and I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So I have 9 more energy cells, including 9 more resonant conversion kits, and we're going to upgrade those. And I also have all of the things we need, including 169 solar cells, to make a tier 6 solar array. And that's what I've been working on. Try not to get stuck in the wall. That's what I've been working on a little bit, is just expanding this area. It doesn't look much different because all I did was push this wall out a little bit. But we need 15 by 15 area for this thing, and so that's what we're going to do. You know, do solar panels have EMC? They do. Oh boy, they do. Not any of the like advanced ones, but we could get solar panel 8s infinitely. We're gonna do that. Let's break this guy, and let's go get like a stack of these. I'm still gonna build the solar array because why not? But if we need more power, there's no need for more power. Let's just duplicate one of these. Yeah, we have 4 more. Okay, cool. So we're going to stick one in here. Actually, we're also going to just go ahead and teach that like so. And yeah, I don't have to worry about anything about power anymore. Alright, so what do we want to do first? I guess let's go ahead and set up the solar cell. Let's get that out of the way. And today's episode is going to be us basically expanding our power. We're going to get rid of these guys completely because there's no use for them. Can I get this out and do something like... Nope. I never know if it's right clicks or left clicks with this thing. Ender.io always has done the wrench a little bit different than other mods. And so to know which one it is, I just never know. So here is a question. Transfer limit is 800,000 RF per tick. Okay, that is good to know. Now, first things first, let's get a couple of things going. So let's get this. And I've cleaned out my bag, so we're going to just store some stuff in here. Specifically the solar generators, because we don't need those anymore. And we're gonna place, let's see, this is a 2 by whatever. We're gonna go, let's see, 15 by 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right here is where we'll want to put this thing. And we're actually going to put it up a block, just so I can stand underneath it and do what I need to do. So this should still assemble just fine. We just right click it. It's going to put everything where it needs to go. And then we'll have to light up the top a little bit, but no big deal there. But yeah, this is a gigantic structure. And it should generate quite a bit of power. I'm not entirely sure how much it's going to make. We still have a handful of things left. Actually, it will say. So it's done crafting. We can get rid of these. And what we can do, we're going to need to light things up so things don't spawn. But yeah, there is a little bit of room to work with down here. Nothing too major to talk about that. Okay, so this is at build limit, but nothing should spawn up here. And it should still work. So, do I have a bed? This is a legitimate question. I don't think I ever had made a bed. Bed. Nope. Let's make a bed real quick. That's weird. Let's see. Let's just get the bed. Let's go ahead and make just a normal bed. We're just gonna set it down right here. We're gonna go to sleep. This is the first time that I think in this series that we've actually made a bed and used it. I just want to turn it to day because we can also clear this out, which I'll do later, to be honest. So the digital guide would tell us how much this solar panel array would make if it was the base tier. But being the highest tier, I think we have to click it with the assembler. It is generating 1.7 million RF per tick. Now, the transfer limit on this is now higher. Can I do that? It would seem so. So let's break this up. Presumably, we can transfer that much power. And we just put that right here. It's getting 25,000 RF per tick. Okay, so the next thing I want to do, I'm going to break this, and I guess we're going to have to go this way. We don't have enough things. So what I want to do is, right here is the block. We're going to do something like this. And I do want to make sure everything down here is lit up, or up here rather, is lit up well enough. Do these have EMC? No, of course not. The cryo-stabilized flux ducts typically don't, because they require the liquid redstone and all that kind of stuff. So do we have any more cryo-stabilized? We do. Now, can I make some more of these? I probably should have taught the system how to make at least the base part of it. So let's get that going. So the cryo-stabilized flux ducts. If I want the frames, we need that. And yeah, it is the cryo-stabilized frames. Okay. And then from there, we're going to need these guys. Which require the signalum, which then require the ones before it, which is the redstone energy flux ducts. Okay, so I need to get some more crafters hooked up. We'll just put one more down there, and just go ahead and put that stuff in there. Alright, so if we want the cryo-stabilized flux ducts, if we want like 10 of those, we need to have the resonant flux ducts. Now, we can get the frames, so let's get 30 of these. Why not? We can make this stuff, it doesn't really matter. So that will take just a second. We're going to need, I believe for each one of these, it's what? 2 redstone? So we're going to need basically a stack of redstone. Not a problem. And we'll let that work while we do other things. So we'll get that set up and doing its thing. Now I want to look at this guy. Transfer limit. Can I just bump that up? Presumably I can. I don't see any reason why not. And what about down here? This was using a lot of power, and it's very quickly gaining a bunch of power. So let's just make that really high. But okay, so our limit is actually the energy cell itself. It can only transfer 25,000 RF per tick. However, we can enchant these. Now, what does enchanting this do? Well, there is an enchant holding, which is really good. Stores more stuff. Basically, a level 4 gives us 4 million more for a basic. And so if we look at the highest tier, we'll have even more. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to enchant the energy cells. That is such a weird thing to think about. So let's grab a bunch of levels. Let's grab 30 levels for now. And I was looking at this. We have holding 3, which is not bad. I need to turn this magnet off. Otherwise, we're going to be picking up mob drops. And so, what can we also do? One, we need to take that back. So we could get books. But let's just try to put one of these guys down. And convert it. We'll pick it back up. Can I pick it back up with this? No. Do we have a crescent hammer? Yes. Alright, so with the resonant one, can we get holding 3 still? Okay, so the other question is, what about if we use the enchanter? There is presumably holding, yes, chess. Chess is what does it. So what we can do is just go ahead and grab some lapis. We'll get holding 3. Ooh, it also got soulbound. Holding 3 on that one. Enchant a book. Just to reset things. Holding 4. So we need to go get more levels. And we're just going to get a ton of levels. And honestly, like, this is all we need to do. Holding 4. Soulbound 3, we can take the chance. Holding 4. Unusing. We're going to have to enchant another book. And then we need more lapis. Don't care about these books. Do we have any more holding books, though? Because that would be nice. No, of course not. So yeah, this is how we're going to handle things. Unusing holding 2. Okay, so let's get that. Soulbound 3, we can go with that. Holding 3, not bad. Let's get rid of that. Holding 3. Holding 3. Unusing. I don't know what unusing does for these guys. Multi-shot. Why not? Doesn't matter. Just using the books to clear the enchants. That is just Soulbound 3. That kind of is awful. Alright, so we have a bunch of books, or rather enchanted things. And so the question now is, well, how much better are these? So this energy cell stores, is that 125 million or 125? Yeah, it's got to be 125. Yeah, 125 million, which is not bad. We can live with that. And so kind of my plan is we're going to well, we're going to double things up. For the record, this is holding 3 and it stores a lot more than that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this guy. We're going to move these. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the Flux plug. So this is extracts energy on the bottom and the Flux point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. And then we just go ahead and do this. So we'll get everything set up in a moment, but we just need to get all of these guys. Okay, and they do keep their enchant, which is not like terribly obvious, but it is there. And presumably, yeah, they keep their enchants when they're upgraded too. So what we're going to do is we're going to have all of these guys be input, output. So input on the top, output at the bottom, all the way down to this guy who will be input, output. And so this should still maintain power, and these guys will fill up. That means our power storage will be even better, and we'll be transferring more power because we're going to do it twice. And so by putting it on both sides, hopefully this thing will have an input of potentially double. Theoretically, we will be able to see it from this guy who will output even more. So let's upgrade all of these. So this should be twice as much, 50,000, yes. So input, output, input, output, input, output, and so on. So theoretically, our base can handle more power. And that is a somewhat temporary solution. Now, obviously, we could just put more flux plugs. We could also connect all of these guys up so that they all drain into the network if we need more power. So that's something to kind of consider. So let's go ahead and continue, finish making these guys into the cryo-stabilized. I don't think we'll ever need more than that. And for the rest of the episode, we're going to do some crafting. So we're going to do the rest of the quests. That is kind of the plan. So we don't need the assembler anymore. We don't need the crescent hammer. And theoretically, and this is the test, if we put the silky dimension in here, it should be gaining power, and it is. So this guy is what? Maintenance cost is 28,000. These guys should be handling that. This one is going down, but we're outputting 50 output. Is it night? It's night. Okay, so that is the only problem. We have to have a store of power in order to kind of maintain our base because we are using nothing but solar panels. So with solar panels, you're gonna run out of power at night. So that is why we have the excess storage. And honestly, what I might do is make sure all of these guys get to holding 4. But I don't care enough right now. We'll see if it's needed. If it's needed, then we'll do it. But if not, I'm not gonna worry about it. So we need a bunch of cryothium dust. Let's get like a stack because we can make plenty of it. And for these guys, we need 2 each. So we need another 60. And then we'll have a bunch of stuff. We'll have a bunch of cryo-stabilized flux ducts. So that is really good. I think it's kind of weird that, as far as I can tell, thermal expansion, which is where these cryo-stabilized flux ducts come from, thermodynamics, thermal expansion, they're all basically the same. There's no power storage that's good enough for the flux ducts to be like this. So it's kind of weird, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Anyways, let's go ahead and make some quests. Let's finish up some quests. So first of all, I want to get rid of all my levels because we don't need that right now. And let's take a look at quest line. So we need to do some Project E things. Specifically, we need to get the gym armor. And so that is the first thing today. So we need to get the gym helmet. Now, all of these are going to require a Klein Star and then the piece of armor. So the gym helmet requires a soul stone and an Evertide amulet. Evertide amulet is not that difficult, to be honest. Do we have any dark matter in here? No. Okay, that's where I'm storing those. We can get rid of that for right now. And let's get a little bit of dark matter. And that should be good for right now anyways. And so we're going to need water buckets times 6. So that should be everything we need. So the Evertide amulet, for the record, is an infinite water source that you can use. And you can also do some other things with it. But kind of cool. The other thing we need for the helmet is a soul stone. Soul stones are basically life, free life. And it's glowstone, red matter, and lapis. So we're going to need some red matter. And so let's put that there. Let's grab a stack of these blocks. Let's put like half of them in there. Perfect. So that should be enough for everything we need. And we should be able to make the soul stone. Perfect. So yeah, these things are, the soul stone is health. But with those together, we have the gym helmet. We actually get to keep the Evertide amulet, which is kind of cool. So next up, we have the chest plate, which is also going to require a Klein Star. And it requires a body stone and a Vulcanite amulet. Now, the Vulcanite amulet is the opposite of the Evertide. Rather than infinite water, it is infinite lava. So we should be able to just do that. And let's get that. So we need buckets of lava, which is honestly pretty easy. Where can I go for some lava really easily? You know what? We can just use essence. Fire essence. So we should be able to make these last 2 buckets of lava pretty easily. And there is the Vulcanite amulet. So there is a lava projectile, and you can also use it as a lava bucket. Now this one does cost a little bit of EMC to use, which is what the Klein Stars are for. But whatever. Okay, so I'm also going to just do this for the record. And then the last thing we need from the gym for the gym chest plate is the body stone, which is like the soul stone except for its hunger. And that should be easy enough to make. Cool. Now this stuff is expensive, but who cares? So let's learn the amulets. Why not? And the chest plate. Eventually we're gonna have all of them. So we can put those away for now. And I'll be honest, I'm probably not gonna use the red gym armor. I just don't really care, to be honest. So that is a thing. But next up is the leggings, and this only requires a black hole band. Now, black hole band is really kind of interesting. It's pretty much just a magnet, but it does some other things. You can actually turn things into EMC and whatnot, but it's pretty easy. We just need our Vulcanite amulet, which I'm going to put these guys in here. And we need to make an iron band, pretty easy. I clicked the wrong thing. And it doesn't use the amulet to make these, so it's really nice. And then we're going to need some string and dark matter. Nothing difficult there. And that is the pants. And then finally, we have the boots. And the boots require 2 Swiftwoof's Rending Gale. Now these are really cool because it used to be the Swiftwoof's ring would shoot arrows very rapidly. But now it seems like it's lightning, and it's also super easy to make. We need to make 2 of them. 2, 3, 4. And Can I even use it? No, because we don't have any EMC on us. We can't actually use it. So there is the boots. And that should be a quest. Cool. So that is the last of the Project E quest that we're going to be able to do anytime soon. The transmutation tablet requires infinity ingots, and that's awful. And then the Tome of Knowledge requires chaotic cores, and the transmutation tablet. So we're not making those anytime soon. So we have our cryo-stabilized Flux ducts. Let's put these in here. I'm going to put the dark matter and red matter in there. Let's go ahead and open this. Black Lotus. Cool. And let's go hook up our other solar panels. Just, you know, for the sake of it. And I don't like coming up here too often if I don't have to. Alright, so I'm going to do something like this. And we're just going to 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully these guys store more power than anything else. And this solar panel is what gives us all the power. But we'll see. Anyways, last thing I want to do today is I want to work a little bit with Draconic Evolution. Now, I have quite a bit of the Awakened Draconium. Just kind of been AFKing, so yeah, that's not too hard to get. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back and do 2 quests. So one, we need to make another Wyvern Flux capacitor because the last one we made got charged. I don't have any thing that will charge on me, so we should be able to make that. And what is it? It is a Wyvern 4 Wyvern cores and a or 4 energy cores and a normal core. So Wyvern, we need 4 of these. I have a ton of Draconium. I processed a bunch of the ore, and we have quite a bit of Draconium. So I'm not too worried about that. And we have everything we need. Let's go ahead and craft it. And we're not getting anything there, so now it will complete. The reason it didn't complete last episode was because it gained some power from our charger, and you don't want that. So we can complete this quest now, and then we need the Draconic version. And for the Draconic version, it's just some Draconic energy cells and a Draconic core. So we need 4 of the energy cores, and then 1 of these guys. So that's 4 cores, 5 awakened Draconium, and then another star, which none of that is too difficult. We're missing gold. Of course we are. We do have a lot of gold, so what we can do is just grind this up, and it's super duper quick. And then I put gold in here, and I just made a little back and forth to smelt up gold, or to smelt up whatever, but to smelt up ores. So Wyvern cores, we need 4 of these. Is that enough gold? No, we still need half a stack. So let's get the nether star. Let's go ahead and get more gold. And that should be pretty quick. It is really quite quick to get all this stuff. It's just a matter of actually doing it. And there is enough gold. Cool. So now we should be able to make the Wyvern cores so that we can upgrade them to the Draconic and make this guy. So it'll take just a second. Nothing too major. And we should be able to just do something like this. Let's get this started up. 3 more of these guys. And I realize the nether star goes in here. Cool. That'll take just a moment. Let's go ahead and open our loot box. It's useless. And looks like I'm gonna have to process some gold, which is whatever. Let's get this stuff back on the bar. And it should be done here soon. Not too much of a problem. I just want to wait until this gets low enough so I can finish that. Cool. And let's put more stuff in there to smelt. Also, so with the awakened core and the awakened energy cores plus some awakened draconium, we should be able to make the draconic flux capacitor, and that should activate since it has no power. And cool. We have a very powerful capacitor if we want the battery. Probably not going to use it, but I'm going to keep it in here rather than putting it away in the system. And let's go ahead and open our last loot chest. We claim that one. Cool. And we got another Skullfire sword, of course. That is our third, for the record. So they've been good to us. I'm not going to discount that, but don't need any more. So with that, the only thing left that we need to like do questing wise, we need to make the wyvern armor, which is not too terrible, and the draconic armor. So let's see, wyvern. That is the wrong one. And then the draconic armor, which is also not too bad. It looks like these are just crafted in the fusion crafting, so it will take a little bit of time. But other than that, we're kind of at the point that we need to start looking at infinity catalysts, and that is not going to be fun. We need to get the Neutronium Compressor, and that is going to require 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 25 ingots of neutronium, and we have 14. So what I'm going to do, you know, how expensive is okay, we're gonna make something real quick, and then we're gonna break everything. There is a chance that it could actually break everything, by which I mean we could actually cause problems for my world in terms of like lag. Specifically, it could crash the world, but we're gonna need 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks of dark matter, and 2 red matter, I think it was, for a pedestal, 4 red matter, excuse me, for a pedestal, and then we are going to need just some random things, including a clock. The clock is, strangely enough, the only thing we don't have, and that's easy enough to make. And we're going to make this super powerful item. I wish I was joking when I said this is super powerful, and I think it works. So if we take a look, let's just use this guy as an example. We get, let's see, about a 0.1% every, oh, I'd say that's about every half second or so. Not too bad. Now what happens if we put this guy here, right click, and right click that? It goes a lot faster. In fact, everything around this, and I don't know how far around this, goes a lot faster. So yeah, let's deactivate that for right now. So what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this off camera because it's going to take a little bit to set up. I'm going to fill this wall with neutron collectors, probably 3 rows. And so I want to grab this stuff. We're going to move it. One, I'm going to go learn it. both of them, so I don't have to make them again. Not that they were like super expensive, but just in case, it's easier. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have probably 3 rows with the item conduits. And I'm going to fill up this wall. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to put the pedestal back down somewhere like here. And I don't remember what this is, the range is on this. I don't think there is anything documentation-wise for Project D. Maybe. Book of the Alchemist. It is a work in progress, so no. As far as I can tell, there is nothing. So, yeah. I'm going to make sure that it is actually in range, which it should be. And these things are going to go a lot faster to make us a lot more Neutronium. So I'm going to work on that between episodes. And next time, you know, I have to see. This might actually break the game. So if it does, apologies. So we see how fast it's going right now. It is slightly faster. Not really worth it, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, this can cause problems with the world. I'm not even joking. It can cause problems. Let's go ahead and break this guy. And I like how the block is still speeding up. And something else I could do is put it over here and speed up the growth of the crops. But for now, I think what I want to do is just this, which will also speed up the growth of these crops, and call it a day. But yeah, so I'm going to get a bunch of Neutronium for next episode, and we're going to start working towards, one, we're going to make the Draconic armor, and we're going to start working towards the Neutronium Compressor, and maybe our first Infinity Catalyst. So that is the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!